Right, this is my first video of many videos to come of market structures, and we are talking about production costs and revenues. Okay, and let's go through some keywords. So what is an industry? An industry is a group of firms selling similar goods, like banking industry. Education in the UK is a big industry. Retail industry. And by market structure, we would be talking about the number of buyers and sellers, how easy is it to get into that market as a new firm, etc. So inserting from clipart, banking industry as a visual aid. So credit card industry, MasterCard, Visa. When we talk about barriers to enter and exit, we are talking about obstacles. And when you're putting the definitions in, please do remember you cannot repeat the words out of the, whatever they're asking you to define as. So instead of barriers, I've used another word called obstacles. Yeah. So obstacles that new firms will face to enter a market is known as barrier to entry. Can you think of one of those barriers to entry for a new firm?
Something like if you wanted to start like a rail service with trains, you need a license.
Or there could be high capital investment if you have to lay a whole rail line along with putting the railway engines as well as the cabins on the track. So high capital investment can act as a barrier to entry, and it can also act as a barrier to exit the market because of the loss. These barriers to enter and exit can be further divided into natural and artificial barriers. First of all, the firms that are already existing in the market are known as incumbent firms, or firms that are already present in the market. What these firms can do is they can create artificial barriers created by them so that no new firms can enter the market. So some of the artificial barriers. So first of all, artificial barriers are created by existing firms to discourage entry of new firms in the market, such as what they can do is they can create low prices. So new firms that will come in because of economies of scale, which we'll discuss later on in other videos. So new firms that are coming in, they cannot recoup the money they are investing in. Why? Because they are getting low prices. Another thing could be brand loyalty. Customers are very loyal to Tesco because of Tesco's loyalty card, and they do not want to go to new firms. They do want to try new firms. Apple. Brand loyalty through mass advertising, good customer service. So these are artificial barriers or obstacles created by existing firms to discourage entry of new firms. On the other hand, there are natural barriers which are not created by existing firms, that are not created by existing firms or out of their control, such as the size of the market is only viable for one firm to operate or make enough profit. So if you go to a village, you might just find there's one shop. If another shop opens up, they won't have enough customers. Probably both will die out because there's not enough business. So market size could be a artificial barrier. Secondly, we know is that we have finite resources. So the other firm that comes in, they may not have enough raw material to manufacture the goods. So finite resources, etc.
Isn't it kind of similar to a copyright?
Yes, patents are very similar to copyrights, but a patent is more product. Okay, copyright is more literature, novels, music. So a patent is a right granted to a firm by the government to be the sole producer of a given product that cannot be copied by other firms for a duration of time. It's normally 20 years but may vary from country to country. Alright, so copied by the firms for a duration of time to allow for the firm to recoup its development costs. Of the product. So what is product differentiation?
Can't even really remember. Is that when you
So it is when firms will vary their products to win over customers. So they're typically identical products, you know. What I've done is I've given you example of a Vauxhall Vectra, which is a Vauxhall saloon car, and a Mercedes C-Class, another saloon from Mercedes. And we know Mercedes C-Class is priced higher as compared to a Vauxhall Vectra. And what they've done is there are reasons why it's priced higher. A, there is brand loyalty to it, but then also the features that come in Mercedes C-Class are much better than the Vauxhall Vectra. So what they've done is it's the same sort of vehicle, but they're giving you a bit more. So, for example, in motor